Now, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly step by step how to be the loser that women want to actually sleep with. And this is my full step-by-step guide. This is my full step-by-step tutorial, and this is very important so that way you can maximize genuine desire. So the methods that I've been showing doesn't just work for me in my own personal dating life. Like, I started showing other guys how to do this inside of my new movement, inside of my new community, and you can see exactly what they're saying. He goes, I was a little playful but kept her at a distance. She would keep coming around, and at one point she just shoved her tongue in my mouth and wanted me to take her home. He goes, you can't make this shit up, man. It really does work. This is his words, not mine. And that is all because guys are actually mastering the language of women. And then I actually had another guy who messaged inside of here. He goes, I used everything in this and got her number. Now I'm going on a date with her. And you can see he puts the laughing emoji. And then right below I respond and I go, this is great. So I'm seeing guys get success every single day. That's the whole reason why I show you this community that I built, and it's growing every single day. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to show you how to be the loser that she wants to actually sleep with. I've boiled this down into 4 specific steps. I'm going to lay it all out for you, and I'm going to deliver this as straightforward and logical as humanly possible. So step 1, what you have to do going into this when you're dating a woman is the conversation needs to be surface level, and you need to seem like you are unattainable. It has to seem like she can't obtain you for a relationship. So if you seem unattainable, here's what you start to realize. You realize that women fall in love with men who they cannot fully possess in a relationship. Okay, now you might be wondering, well, why? Okay, why would that be? Why is it that that's the kind of guy that they fall in love with? I'm going to explain. It's because he acts aloof and he acts distant, so naturally she thinks that he is high value or that he has high sexual market value. So naturally hypergamy starts to become satisfied when you act aloof and distant. So this is the exact steps, okay, to having surface level conversation and not going too deep into get to know you talk. What you have to do first and foremost is your mannerisms need to be very slow. Okay, so when you talk, you're talking slow or you're talking at a slower cadence. Even if she asks you a question, I would recommend taking a couple seconds to give an answer. If she asks you something, you can take a second or two and you go, well, yeah, we can do that. Okay, your mannerisms and your delivery need to be slow, okay? So, what I can tell you is this. The more you start to reveal nothing, and this is why I'm telling you this, you have to reveal nothing about yourself. The more you reveal nothing, the more it's like you're a mystery that she wants to unfold and that she wants to uncover. So when I say surface level, the conversation is just very, very surface level. Like if you guys are eating ice cream, it's yum, I like ice cream. Ooh, good chocolate, right? You're not super enthused. It's like you don't have a lot of enthusiasm in your voice. You're not super happy. It's like you're very neutral. Like this is an average, everyday, common occurrence for you. So the second step is you want to act like it's your world and everybody's just living in it. You're operating however you would like. You're wearing whatever clothes you want to wear. You're being however you would like to be. You're not trying to please her. You're not trying to please anybody around you. You are purely living in your own world. That is frame. Now, the third step to this is you start to see that the more you act like a big kid, the better. So one thing that I like to do is, like, I've never had very good manners to begin with, but women will laugh and giggle when you have bad manners. Another thing is, like, if she comes into your room and there's just shit all over, there's dirty clothes over here, you don't want to seem too perfect. See, that's the thing is most women come to these guys' house and these guys will have like everything neat, right? Like all their clothes are put away, it smells really good, it's vacuumed, it's clean. And then she looks at it and she's like, wow, this is a project that's already complete. There's no fixing to be done here. He's too perfect. Okay, and then it ruins the whole love story. Women do not want a perfect man. Women want a guy who's rough around the edges. Sometimes he smells bad. Like, that's the thing is you want to act like just a big kid. So if you act that way, here's the thing. When she sees, oh my gosh, there's stuff all over the floor, there's shit all over the room, there's dirty clothes over here, she starts to go, if I assisted this man, I could make him a better man, right? So that's what you want. You want her in that role where she goes, how can I nurture this man? This is the whole point of surface level conversation and not appearing too perfect. So on top of that, you're never trying to get to know her. Like when I said yum chocolate ice cream, you're literally only focused on the chocolate ice cream. Sometimes I try not to even like make eye contact with them. I'll just be eating. Okay? Very much in my own world, very much just centered in who I am. This is only step one. Okay? Conversation is surface level. You need to seem completely unattainable. Now, number two, you need to deprogram the need for any normal human behavior patterns that imply care. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, great to see you. All of that stuff, hugging, all of that, you need to get rid of that stuff, and I'm going to explain why. Let me repeat step two again. Step two, you deprogram any need for normal human behavioral patterns that imply care, especially if you two are sleeping together. So here's what I mean. In bed, you would refrain from kissing. Okay, let her kiss you. Things of that nature. At the door, when she goes, oh, I can't wait to see you again, and she tries to give you a hug goodbye, let her be the one coming to you to give that hug goodbye. I'm going to explain all of this. What you're doing is you're removing the awkward, cringe, hello and goodbye mannerisms. So a lot of men, they do these things because it's considered normal, average, everyday behavior, like normal social behavior between people. But the problem is when you do it, a lot of times it feels awkward because it's interjected into these moments where it just ruins the casual flow of things, just having the day-to-day dynamic move along. So here's what I mean by that. What you want to do is you want to remove all of this stuff. Okay, even a lot of times guys show too much interest by looking, like making eye contact too much. The less eye contact, a lot of times, even the better. I mean, you can look and you can talk, but the thing is the more attention, the more direct focus, the more she feels like you're directly trying to get to know her, she starts to feel like she is better than you. So here's what I can tell you. Never under any circumstances do these things like good morning text messages. You don't want any check-in text messages like, hey, how's your day going? Hey, what are you doing for dinner? No hugs goodbye at the door when she's leaving, like, oh, goodbye, I can't wait to see you again, oh, come give me a hug, all of that stuff. If she wants to do that, let her be the one to initiate it. Let her give you a hug goodbye, all of that stuff, okay? No kisses goodbye at the door. If she wants to kiss you, she will a lot of times initiate that. The reason why you want her to come to you, it's like almost her feminine nature to seek emotional reassurance from a strong man. So when you remove a lot of these things, these random little social behaviors that imply care, what it does is it makes her try to earn your validation, or it tries to make her win you over. So here's what I can tell you. A lot of men know that these things deep down feel awkward, right? To like give a hug goodbye at the door, all of this stuff men do. A lot of guys know that it feels awkward, but the problem is that guys do it anyways because you think that you're supposed to, or you think that you have to. So all you have to do is, if she's exiting the date or if she's leaving, you don't have to do any of that. You look casually and you say, all right, I'll catch you later. Do you see how normal and nonchalant it is? That right there to a woman signals status. It's higher level body language and sub-communication. So that's step two. Deprogram the need for any normal behavioral patterns that imply care. Now, step three. You want little to no voice modulation the whole time that you're with her. And I know that this sounds strange. You're like, well, what do you mean voice modulation? Voice modulation would be like this. Hey, I'm really excited. Okay? Do you see what I did with my voice? How it fluctuated, it modulated, it changed. Women gauge your emotional state based off of your vocal patterns. So step three is little to no voice modulation the whole time that you're with her. So here's what you want to do. You want to keep your tone neutral and do not fluctuate your vocal pitch. Almost to some degree slightly monotone. Now I'm going to give you reasons for this. Vocal tone, okay, vocal tone fluctuation and voice modulation reveals interest level. Okay, so revealing interest level makes hypergamy question your sexual market value. Never under any circumstances do you want to fully reveal your interest level. So when you do this, when you don't let your voice fluctuate or you don't let your vocal tone fluctuate, now you're in a cool, calm, seductive, masculine state the entire time. Now this is very important because here's what you're going to notice. Three major components are going to happen right here. Number one, she's going to be constantly aroused because it's very smooth, it's very masculine, okay? She's going to feel good, polarizing, masculine to feminine dynamic and energy. She'll be constantly aroused. Number two, she has no issues coming over without a date, Meaning she will even sometimes initiate and text message you and say, hey, can we watch a movie? Hey, can I come over? Hey, can I come see you? Hey, do you want to sit out on your balcony? Hey, I can bring over a frozen pizza. Can we sit together and eat? She will a lot of times want to just come over and see you. So on top of that, number 3, the biggest thing is when you have little to no voice modulation the whole time that you're with her, she feels like your sexual market value is higher. Okay, and now this is naturally a man that she wants to be with. This is naturally a man that she wants to sleep with. So now moving into step 4. This is very important, and this right here separates the boys from the men, because a lot of guys are going to be scared to do this, but I'm going to show you why this is going to work out in your favor, and it's far better. Number 4, she needs to openly know that you are seeing other women. Yes, she needs to know it. She needs to know that you are seeing other women. She needs to not only hear it, but she needs to actually like potentially see proof, and I'm going to show you why. I don't care how you do it. I really don't care how you do it, as long as it seems real and natural, and it should be real and natural. You should be having other dating options by now, especially if you've been following this channel for a while. So there's a few ways you can do this. Number 1, you can post others on social media, friends that you're with, other women, whatever the case may be. Number 2, a lot of times if you're dating a girl, she'll start to leave things at your house like jewelry or hair curlers or hair ties, things of that nature. When they leave things at your house like jewelry and that kind of stuff, don't hide it, right? Don't put it away. If she leaves it on your nightstand, just leave it there. Okay, because you got to remember, this works in your favor too, because the less you try to seem perfect, like if your room is cluttered and there's dirty clothes over here, there's clean clothes over here, there's the other girl's jewelry over here, all of that works in your favor. She sees that you truly don't give a shit, okay? So number 2, when they leave things at your house like jewelry, don't try to hide it. Just let the day happen. Let the whole situation play out. Number 3, ask her if she'd like to meet your other girls. Say, hey, you know, I've been seeing her for a couple months and she's cool, and sometimes we go out and get brunch. Would you like to come with us? At first, she's going to be completely caught off guard that you're willing to say that, and then she's going to respect you because you're completely transparent and truthful. So she needs proof that she should be sleeping with you. How do you demonstrate proof? Pre-selection. How do you demonstrate pre-selection? By showing that other women are interested in you. This is key. Most men are afraid to do this because you have fear of loss or you're in a scarcity mindset, when these are the things that you need to be doing so that way you can maintain your dating value. Okay, this is super important. She may claim that she hates it, but what you have to do is you have to watch her actions. And if she keeps asking to go out on a date, if she keeps coming over to see you, if she keeps wanting to eat food with you and stuff like that, you're going to notice that it doesn't really matter what she says because her actions show otherwise. So here's what I can tell you. This movement of us coming together starts with belief. It starts with belief that change is actually possible. So let me give you an example of this. There's a guy inside of our community and he goes, thank you, Casey. Just wanted to take a minute to thank Casey for the insane amount of value that he is providing. I am already seeing significant progress even after just finishing front-end game in the language of women. When guys start to adapt these new processes, their life changes quickly. And this is what happens is when men come together, what happens is you get success faster. So here's what I can tell you. Right now, okay, men are all alone, okay, with nobody to talk to. And then a lot of times their family or friends or whoever's around them, nobody cares about the situations that they're dealing with, especially in their dating life. So I built this movement because my whole life growing up and whatnot, I had no friends who were like me. I enjoyed talking about things like leveling up my life. I enjoyed talking about things like game and dating. I didn't have friends who did that, so I was constantly alone. I was constantly on this journey for the past 10 years all by myself. So now that I built this movement, now that I built this community, now that I see guys actively engaging like this community is going on 24/7. There's guys constantly messaging, constantly talking, constantly growing, constantly getting results, mastering the language of women. This is why I built this, so that way men finally have a place to actually come together and succeed.